Please welcome the man, the myth, the mullet, my friend. It's Nedd Brockmann. Nedd, mate, welcome to the project. We're going to talk about your book in a minute, but before that, what did you do today?
Yeah, I ran Sydney Marathon.
You ran a marathon? How'd you go?
Yeah, all good. Hopefully the nipples don't come, the bleeding nipples don't come through the old shirt, but there we go.
Have you still got it? Can you still run?
Yeah, I can still run. As I showed today, so yeah.
Good on you, mate.
I also saw earlier in the show we were talking about the sort of crush for the toilets at the starting line.
Yeah.
Were you caught up in that at all, or did you come prepared?
No, I went a few times before I went to the marathon, so I'm all good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, didn't have to worry.
Running across the country is a very big deal. It's a gruelling undertaking. In so much so, you ended up with maggots in your toes, which is just wild. Is running easier now?
No, running was never easy for me. Running across Australia was something, I wouldn't say I'm the, best runner. I'm by far the best, way from the best runner. And I took on this challenge because I want to push myself and find my limits. And that's kind of why I do what I do. I want people to feel inspired to take on a big challenge in the way that, I only picked up running 3 years ago. So if you can grab some inspiration in that, then I'm more than happy.
We know that obviously it's physically challenging to run across the country, but what were your toughest moments mentally?
I think waking up every day doing something you didn't want to do and knowing you had to get to a certain point each day, that was like the most, mind torturous thing, is that each and every moment you had to take another step, and if you didn't, you weren't getting any closer to the finish line. And so that was the hardest thing, I think, the most. Like the physical, it took its toll, but the mental was probably the hardest.
Yeah, how did you feel being alone with your thoughts for all that time? I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, I went pretty insane there a few times. A few guttural screams and a few people were going, what the hell's this bloke doing? But, I'm all the better for it now, so on the mend.
Congrats on the book. It is a great thing to have achieved along with everything else you've done.
Thank you.
I was sort of interested to read you describing particular days where you ran 100 Ks and you felt unstoppable. Like, really?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I do talk about it in the book where, one day where you don't feel great, I kind of took that on and went, well, tomorrow's going to be a better day. And so when you, stack on these 100K days, all of a sudden you feel invincible. And so the more and more you do them, the better you feel like you can take on the world.
But why did you want to put it all in a book? Because obviously, your story is well known. People kind of came along for the journey with you on social media. You're obviously telling the story around the country as well. Why a book?
I think, there's only so much I can tell of my story in a 7-minute interview or on a podcast or whatever it may be in an article. In a book, it gives people the time to actually understand why I do what I do. Yeah. I don't do this for any other reason than I want to push myself and I want to make significant change in the homelessness space, but in people's lives altogether, knowing they can do so much more. And, we're only here on the planet for a very short amount of time, so you want to make the most of it.
Often, though, with these stories, there's a kind of I want to tell people they can do whatever they want, but surely a lot of people look at what you did and say, hell no. Absolutely not.
Even if I could do that, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. I think it just, regardless of whether you go to those extremes or not, it still makes you go, you know what, I should do something more or be kinder or give more or give back or whatever it may be. That's the hope from it all. Yeah.
How old are you?
24.
So what are you going to do with the rest of your life?
I'm going to keep doing hard things. And I think we're so, things are so easy for us now. I like the idea of getting uncomfortable. That's what on the back of the book. If we get one of those up, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I think we can all try and embrace a bit of discomfort because that's where we grow the most, and that's what it's all about. I think if you have a comfortable life, it's actually not that rewarding and fulfilling. I think when you can work for something and earn it, that's when it becomes something so powerful.
Mate, one thing I love about you is your energy. Right, we've connected on that. What's next, brother? What's your next big goal? Because you keep just ticking things off, and I feel like you got something big in your head.
Yeah, I always do. Obviously, there's goals with running, but I can't do that every week. I can't get on the court and do it. It's a big run across Australia. It takes its toll on the body. So my next goal, I want to raise $10 million for homelessness with We Are Mobilise.
Awesome. How are you going to do it?
So each book, $5 from each purchase goes straight to Mobilise from my website, neddbrockmann.com. But everything else, I'll do a run in September next year. I'm very excited for that. Everyone get ready. And yeah, I'm just pumped to live life to the fullest, and hopefully people see that and go, well, I want to give and give to Mobilise and help in the homelessness space.
How much would it cost for you to shave off the mullet, do you reckon? Like if there was like 10 million.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
cards.
yeah, if someone's up for that, sure. We're on
just
live
got
national
that.
television. Great.
would you
Pretty sure
lose your,
Higgins has 10 mil.
would you lose your speed though if you cut it off?
It definitely helps with aerodynamics for sure.
Yeah, look at it. It's just glorious.
100%.
Well, Ned's incredible new book. It's called Showing Up. There we are. And it's available right now for pre-order, and it's out everywhere on October 4. Details are at our website. Would you please give it up for the fabulous Nedd Brockmann?
Thanks, guys.